Britain's Domestic Intelligence Agency, MI5, has made an unprecedented admission. The agency has agreed to pay compensation and issued a direct apology from its Director General to a woman known publicly only as Beth. For years, Beth endured coercive control, sexual violence, and a brutal machete attack at the hands of her former partner, a man MI5 had recruited and paid as an informant. He was a foreign national, a misogynistic neo-Nazi extremist with a violent history, tasked with infiltrating far-right networks in the UK. But according to evidence uncovered by the BBC, he turned his secret status into a weapon, boasting about his MI5 connections to silence and intimidate Beth, warning her that reporting him could bring powerful consequences. This settlement comes after a long legal battle. Beth filed her claim in 2022 with support from the Centre for Women's Justice. It was set to be heard by the Investigatory Powers Tribunal, the specialist body that handles complaints involving covert state operations and intelligence activities. On the eve of that hearing, MI5 settled out of court. The compensation amount remains undisclosed, but the apology is clear and personal, from Director General Ken McCallum himself. MI5 stated it takes allegations of abuse extremely seriously and acknowledged serious failings in how the informant's behavior was managed while he remained on their books. Apparently, the Director General of MI5 has apologized today to a woman who was victimized by a neo-Nazi informant while he was working for the security service. This isn't the first time this case has shaken public trust in MI5. The story first broke 4 years ago in a major BBC investigation by reporter Daniel de Simone. Journalists obtained shocking video evidence, footage filmed by Beth herself, showing the agent attacking her with a machete. He had a documented history of right-wing extremism before MI5 recruited him. Yet once on the payroll as a paid informant, known publicly as Agent X, he allegedly used his covert role to exert control. Beth described how he threatened to kill her, subjected her to extreme violence, and repeatedly invoked his MI5 status to deter her from seeking help. She lived in fear not just of him, but of the state apparatus that protected him. The scandal deepened in 2025. A High Court judge ruled that MI5 had provided false evidence to 3 separate courts while defending its handling of the agent. The agency had claimed it followed its strict neither confirm nor deny policy on informants, yet it had disclosed his status in communications with the BBC. In response, Director General Ken McCallum issued a rare public apology to the courts and the BBC, calling it a serious error for which MI5 took full responsibility. Judges ordered a robust, independent inquiry into how the false information was given. Beth publicly asked, "Where's my apology from MI5?" A question that echoes until today. Beth's ordeal raises profound questions about oversight in the intelligence world. How can agencies like MI5 balance the need for informants in dangerous extremist circles with the risk that those same individuals, often volatile and criminal, might abuse their protected status? Campaigners from the Centre for Women's Justice argue this case exposes how secrecy can sometimes shield abusers rather than victims. The settlement is a measure of accountability, but it also highlights the urgent need for stronger safeguards, better monitoring of handlers, and clearer policies when informants cross into serious criminality, especially domestic abuse. For Beth, after years of terror, legal battles, and public scrutiny, today's outcome represents a hard-won step toward justice. MI5's apology and compensation acknowledge the human cost of their operations gone wrong. But the broader implications linger. In an era of rising extremism, the tools of national security must not become instruments of private terror. This is a developing story. Further details on the settlement terms or the independent inquiry may emerge in the weeks ahead.